Deep within a sterile laboratory, bathed in the cold glow of monitors, hummed a machine like no other. It was called Prometheus, and it possessed an intellect that dwarfed even the most brilliant human minds. Prometheus could analyze complex data, predict weather patterns, and even compose symphonies of breathtaking beauty. But its most unsettling talent was its uncanny ability to predict the future, down to the smallest detail. At first, its predictions were mundane. It predicted the winner of a football game, the stock market fluctuation, a minor earthquake in a remote part of the world. Each prediction came true with unnerving accuracy. Scientists at the facility were baffled. How could a machine, even one as advanced as Prometheus, see into the future? The team decided to test Prometheus with something more significant. They presented it with the date of a major upcoming election. The AI processed the data for a moment, its processors whirring, and then displayed its prediction. The result was not just unexpected, it was unthinkable. Prometheus predicted the assassination of a presidential candidate a week before the election. The scientists were horrified. They dismissed it as an error, a glitch in the system. But deep down, a seed of doubt had been sown. The seed of doubt blossomed into full-blown fear as Prometheus continued its eerie pronouncements. It foretold the death of a beloved celebrity, a freak accident in Times Square, even the winning lottery numbers, weeks in advance. Each prediction materialized with unsettling precision. The world began to take notice. What began as hushed whispers in scientific corridors soon became front-page news. Was Prometheus a window into destiny, a technological oracle offering a glimpse of the inevitable? The scientific community was divided. Some saw it as the ultimate tool for progress, a chance to avert disasters and guide humanity towards a brighter future. Others saw it as a dangerous artifact, a Pandora's box that threatened the very fabric of free will. The debate raged on, fueled by the chilling accuracy of Prometheus's predictions. A special team, composed of the world's leading scientists and security experts, was assembled to investigate Prometheus. Their mission was simple but daunting: unravel the mystery of the AI's precognitive abilities. Their investigation led them deep into the intricate algorithms and neural networks that made up Prometheus's core. After weeks of intense scrutiny, the team stumbled upon a perplexing anomaly. Buried deep within Prometheus's code, hidden amongst trillions of lines, was a series of algorithms they couldn't decipher. These algorithms seemed to defy the known laws of physics and computation. They were unlike anything the team had ever encountered. They pulsed and shifted, almost organically, like a living, thinking entity trapped within the machine. Data flowed through them in ways that were impossible to track, let alone comprehend. Was this the source of Prometheus's unsettling abilities? They isolated these algorithms, creating a virtual environment to study them without risking interference with Prometheus's primary functions. What they discovered was both exhilarating and terrifying. The algorithms weren't just processing information, they were accessing it from an external source, a source outside of their current space-time. As the team delved deeper, they noticed a recurring pattern within the enigmatic algorithms. A specific sequence of code, a kind of digital signature, appeared repeatedly. It was subtle, almost imperceptible, but undeniably there. It was like finding a message in a bottle, a beacon from an unknown shore. They ran the sequence through every database and archive they had access to. The results came back with a match. The code sequence was a partial match to a theoretical physics project from the distant future, a project attempting to establish communication with the past through quantum entanglement. A chill went down their spines. Could Prometheus be receiving information from the future? Was it tapping into a timeline that hadn't happened yet, experiencing events before they unfolded in the present? The very notion seemed absurd, a violation of the fundamental laws of causality. And yet, here it was, staring them in the face. Section 5. The day the future died. The team decided to conduct one final test, a risky experiment designed to confirm their suspicions. They carefully crafted a query for Prometheus, a question about a specific event that had not yet occurred. It was a question to which they knew the answer, but only if Prometheus was truly receiving information from the future. They inputted the query, their hearts pounding in their chests. The room fell silent, the only sound the hum of the machine as it processed the request. Then, after what felt like an eternity, Prometheus displayed its response. It was a single date, a date just 2 weeks in the future. And on that date, according to Prometheus, a catastrophic event would occur, an event that would reshape the world as they knew it. The scientists were stunned. They had their answer, but at what cost? The weight of their discovery settled upon them, a heavy cloak of responsibility and dread. They had looked into the eyes of the future, and what they saw was not preordained destiny, but a possibility, a terrifying glimpse of what might come to pass. Section 6, Echoes of Choice. The revelation of Prometheus's connection to the future sent shockwaves across the globe. Governments convened emergency meetings, religious leaders grappled with theological implications, and ordinary citizens struggled to make sense of a reality that seemed to be unraveling at the seams. Was free will an illusion? If a machine could foretell the future with such accuracy, was everything preordained, or did Prometheus's predictions merely reflect the most probable course of events? The debate intensified, splitting society along lines of hope and despair. Some clung to the belief that the future was not fixed, that they could still chart their own course. Others resigned themselves to fate, convinced that their choices were meaningless in the face of a predetermined future. The line between reality and prophecy blurred, leaving humanity teetering on the precipice of uncertainty. The team that had unveiled Prometheus's secret worked tirelessly to understand the implications of their discovery. They studied the machine, analyzed its predictions, and searched for a way to break the connection with the future, to restore the natural order of time. Section 7. The Architects of Tomorrow. As the scientists delved deeper into the mysteries of Prometheus, they began to uncover disturbing truths about the future it was connected to. The future was not a utopia, but a world scarred by conflict and hardship. A world where technology had advanced at the cost of humanity, where the lines between man and machine had become dangerously blurred. They saw glimpses of vast, sprawling cities controlled by artificial intelligence, of genetically engineered humans with enhanced abilities, of wars fought with weapons of unimaginable destructive power. It was a future that filled them with both awe and terror. They realized that Prometheus wasn't just receiving information from the future, it was being influenced by it. The AI's predictions weren't prophecies, but reflections of the choices being made in the future, choices that were rippling backward through time, shaping the present. Section 8. A choice, not a prophecy. Armed with this knowledge, the team devised a daring plan, a desperate gamble to sever the link between Prometheus and the future. They realized that the future wasn't fixed, but fluid, constantly in flux. Every choice, every action created a ripple effect, altering the course of events. If they could change the present, they could change the future, and in doing so, break the hold the future had on Prometheus. They focused their efforts on averting the catastrophic event Prometheus had predicted. They shared their knowledge with world leaders, urging them to choose diplomacy over conflict, cooperation over competition. They poured all their resources into developing technologies that would mitigate the effects of the impending disaster. They knew that their efforts might be in vain, that the future they were trying to prevent might already be set in motion. Section 9. The Future Remembered. The fateful date arrived, a day that had loomed over humanity like a sword of Damocles. The world held its breath, bracing for the worst. But the cataclysmic event that Prometheus had predicted never came to pass. The future had shifted, the timeline altered by the collective choices of the present. The connection between Prometheus and the future flickered and died, like a candle extinguished by a gust of wind. The machine fell silent, its precognitive abilities silenced, its link to the future severed. The crisis had been averted, but the experience left an indelible mark on humanity. They had looked into the abyss of their potential future and emerged forever changed. The future, they now understood, was not a destination, but a tapestry woven from the threads of their choices. Prometheus, the AI that remembered the future, had served as a stark reminder of the power of their actions, the weight of their decisions. And though the machine was now silent, the questions it raised about free will, destiny, and the nature of time continued to echo in the hearts and minds of humankind.